Well, hello, my friends. This is Kevin, the Homemaker husband. Once again, welcome and thank you for choosing to spend a few moments with us this afternoon. In this video, we are going to show you a small grocery haul, a Temu order that Michelle had received just yesterday. We show you that stuff, and time permitting, I wanted to talk to you about a few things, or a couple of things that happened this week. The biggest thing, obviously you would all know what I want to talk about, Charlie Kirk, and that horrendously evil and sad and evil thing that took place this week. Video might get a little too long. I have some Bible talk relating to that subject and another one that I do want to do, but if this video is getting too long, I'll just make a separate video, standalone video on that. We know that some people don't care to listen to me prattle on about the Bible, and that's okay, that's their prerogative. So if I do any of that in this video, I'll give you fair warning so you can just move on. Or, as I said, I'll do it in a separate video. So anyway, let's get at the grocery haul and we'll go from there. Okay, so as per usual, I'm going to go from my right to the left here. I'm going to start with this. We got a package of this, great value breakfast hash. That cooks up so quickly that when I'm making breakfast through the week, if this is what we want, really from the time it goes in the pan until it comes out, 8 to 10 minutes, and it's really very good. I often pair it with like a fried egg, but still it's a hot, quick, reasonably healthy breakfast. Actually, yeah, a reasonably healthy breakfast. I'm going to leave it at that. Some would argue that, but it doesn't matter. Also, a bag of these McCain straight cut fries. Michelle prefers the shoestring, but obviously they didn't have today, so they substituted for these. Another pound of this lactose-free butter. This is the salted. That what you're looking at right there now is the French label, and this is the English. And as I said, I'm sure you could have figured that out, but that's the stuff we use, and we're using about a pound of it a week, so had to have another one. Now here, Mr. Noodles, still on sale, so Michelle got 10 of 3 different kinds: the chicken, beef, and spicy beef. Spicy chicken, I guess. Yeah, this is the one that I love it. It's very good stuff. It's hot, but it is good. She got another package of this. Great value, fully cooked bacon. That's very convenient stuff. She got a package of these maple flavored breakfast sausages. Johnsonville. They are getting hugely expensive. So we haven't had them very often lately, but she just decided that we needed some and we're gonna have them. So a package of cheese slices, 22 in the package now. I mean, it's been 22 for a number of years, but it used to be 2 dozen, obviously. Another package of mushrooms. The last ones we got from Walmart were a little worse than this, but these are not as nice as the ones I got from No Frills last week or the week before. They were sparkling white, very nice. Now, also wanted to show you this Classico sweet basil marinara sauce. Now, this is the same kind. They changed the label, and if you can see that, bottle size is different. Went from 650 mils, you can see right there, to 600. I'm sure the price stayed the same or went up, but shrinkflation. She got 2 of these, 1 cayenne pepper and 1 white pepper. Realistically, we need to replace all of the spices we have, getting very old. Some of them literally years old, you know, so we're into replacing. She ordered a couple more, but they didn't have, so she got 1 box of these, made good breakfast bars. Yeah, so much I could say about these, but I'm not gonna. I could say the same thing about these. So another package of hamburger buns, an 8-pack of the Wonder hamburger buns, and 1 package of these, no sugar added, strawberry flavored. They're like wafer cookies or whatever they are. Label falling right off that. They're cheaping out on the glue. Maxwell House Instant Coffee Original Roast. She said it's still on sale, so she got me 2 new bottles, 2 more bottles. The shampoo that Michelle uses, I think she said it was on sale as well. I'm sure it is if she's buying it, so she got 2 of them. They're to go in the store, and 1 of her antiperspirants, and also 2 cases of my pop that I drink. There's 2 there, as you can see, and 24-pack, or where we grew up, you'd call this a flat of water, 24-pack, right? So yeah, that is the little grocery haul we've done for it this week. So Michelle had a few items in her cart. Is that what you call it with Temu?
Yeah, I guess so.
Your Temu cart. And she's basically going to narrate here. I'm going to hold the stuff up to show you.
No, we're going to.
And yes, we'll talk about it together, but
Yeah.
she's the one that has studied each one of these things. Everything she's got here is stuff that she picked. So she knows more about it than I do. But I'm going to start right now with this first thing here. It's kind of hard to see the whole thing, but what it is
Quite a big basket.
is a basket, she's calling it. And it definitely is a basket.
The front of it is.
If you look at the bottom of it there, it is difficult. It's square.
Folded. Where's the front of it, Kevin?
The front of it is here.
There.
You can't hardly tell, but there's a nice size pocket in the front there. This would be a good.
You can't open it, or you can't see it.
Beach bag. Yeah, it's pink inside.
I have plans.
Michelle has plans. What are your plans?
I'm gonna put my pretty towels in it, my dish towels.
Yes. Well, if we had a tape measure, we could measure the basket.
I needed a new one. I have a Red Heart one, but it is like disintegrating, so.
It is centimeters on one side. I don't know whether you can see that, and inches on the other. And the basket is 10 inches.
That's a good guess.
And it's 10 inches tall and 10 inches wide. It's a cube.
That's a really good guess.
Yeah.
It's a nice size basket, I think.
So I might as well finish showing you
It
this.
looks like, I said it looks like splotted paint from a distance, but it's flowers up close.
Yes.
It's not like. I thought I'd ordered a pink one. I must have changed my mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's pink
it's still
in it.
Pretty.
It's pink on the inside, multicolored on the outside. So yes, it's pretty.
It's a nice cotton material, so the quality is good.
It has.
It's like a quilted material.
You're not going to be able to see these, but I don't know if you even notice.
What is it?
It's a little loop.
Oh, to hang it?
And there's one on each side,
oh,
so you can run a string through it and tighten it right up. And it would almost be like a good beach bag or so.
Okay, you're getting a little fancy over there.
Well, I'm just saying it. You certainly could put a tie through it because there's one of those little loops on 4 sides in the center. So
I'm not taking it. It's not a beach bag. I'm not taking it.
We're not big beach goers here, but So there's that. And I already showed you this. What would this be? 3 feet long?
I'm not sure. It was like $1 or something.
Maybe it's not 3 feet long.
I definitely needed a new one.
I'm guessing it. Well, it's.
Well, please don't break it.
I'm out 43 inches there, so it's more than that. So yeah, just a little tape measure for sewing or crochet. So there's that. I went extremely out of. And then there's this. It's two-sided.
Yeah, but it's not. It's upside down.
Oh, that's an apple and a pear or a piece of.
It's an apple. No, it's supposed to be a cherry, but it looks like an apple. But it's supposed to be a cherry.
Okay.
But you got to show the front of it because that's
there's
the
that
back.
side. That's the back. Yep.
This is the front.
This is the front.
It's a nice thick material. I like it.
Yeah, it is. It's very.
I bought it because I want to hang it on the side of the fridge.
Yeah, it's going to be hung on
so
the
that
side
I can
of the
use
fridge.
it when I want to. I like it.
Yeah, it's very cute. All right, so moving on. What do we have here?
It'd be, I don't know, it's like a bag. It could be for makeup or whatever. I have things I want to put in it that are in my basket. It's just a cute little
could
bag.
be a pencil case if you were of that age. Makeup.
Yep. Whatever bag.
A field dressing kit.
I don't think so.
If your friends wouldn't make fun of you for having kitties on a couch.
I would make fun of you for having kitties on the couch.
Yeah, touche. And then there's these. Still in the package.
They're so cute. Tiny little miniature mushrooms.
Can we see
magnets.
That? Mushroom magnets.
They definitely look bigger on the site.
Of course, it's Temu.
Everything they didn't look that small on the site. But they are adorable.
Cute little things. There's 6 of them in that package, looks like. Yep. And different colors and whatnot. I'll show you this little one. That's very cute.
It's just cute.
It's like 2. I don't know whether.
I mean, you could probably hold like a little note that you took or something, but nothing.
Yeah. Nothing super big, but I mean, they're almost more decoration.
I think so. I wanted something cute on the fridge.
6 little magnets there. And while we're in the magnet business, there's these little hooks, and
I have plans for those to go in the fridge.
Plans for those too, and they're quite strong.
I'm so surprised at how strong they are. We've got one in use and it's working perfectly.
Yeah. So, how many in the package originally?
There's maybe
3.
6.
Oh, it's more than that. 6, 10.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So a package of 10 little magnetic hooks.
They weren't very expensive.
So that's the size of them. And they do hook up pretty good. She has one used already over there on the stand where the...
no one knows where anything is, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Right.
It's holding a glass fiddlehead.
Yeah.
You can take that out.
This.
That's annoying to listen to.
This is going on the sofa table.
No, it's not a sofa table.
Oh no, it's going on the what I use for the bookcase.
Yeah.
There? Yeah. Okay. Well, it is a bookcase. We use it for a bookcase.
It's just a little crochet.
Yeah. 2 little tassels on it there.
I'm not fond of the tassels, but.
Well, I mean, you could probably.
I just don't like the black.
Take them off pretty easily if you wanted to, but.
Might. We'll see how it looks.
It's it's obviously a machine crochet, but it's very pretty.
It's pretty though.
Yeah, very pretty. So, and it's 3 feet long and probably 14, 15 inches wide.
Yeah.
So I'll put that on tonight probably.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's plastic sound is terrible.
Yeah. So there's that she got. And this little thing here.
I'm excited.
It's showing up backwards. 2 compartments, hand grips. It's for the remotes.
which are always lost and
Yes.
always somewhere I can't find, and the phone.
Yeah.
Always lost.
Manage to disappear themselves pretty easy. So
oh my goodness,
this will
fighting
hold
all
them
day.
all. Her phone will drop right in there. Should
House phone.
House phone too, yeah.
Well, house phone, that's what I had in there,
Yeah.
and all the remotes, they all fit. So that's
also good. 2 packages of napkins. Now, to the real astute viewer, when I do the videos for the other channel, which I haven't done for quite a long time, you'll notice over my shoulder on the cabinet, there's paper that's the same pattern. So she chose that, obviously. Very pretty.
I love the mushrooms.
And in keeping with the mushroom
I'm not doing a theme.
theme.
I'm not doing a theme.
I know she's not doing a theme, but
I
mushrooms
like them. They're cute.
Very popular.
They're very
right
fall-y
now.
right now, and I thought they'd be nice.
And also this little
napkin
holder. So there's that and the napkins. And then this.
I'm excited about this, if you can imagine.
This is to hold cheese slices. And that's a good rig. And
yeah, because right now I don't have access to them. They're in the drawers.
They're hard to get at.
I can't get at them.
So this here, it'll be easy to find in the fridge, and it'll hold a rather large package of cheese slices. So good deal. That is. And then this. And I'll show you what it's for. You got these as well. You can see them. Little cards.
Different flowers on each card.
Yeah.
And then an explanation of the flower, I believe.
Yep. St. John's wort. Vervain.
I can't
see
what
that is. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm getting that old. But anyway, how many cards is in the package?
I'm not
Looks
sure.
like there's probably 2 dozen. But at any rate,
they're pretty.
There's a little groove in that, and it holds them. Obviously, you could put whatever you wanted, a picture or anything there.
I just wanted something I could randomly change.
Yeah.
I like my environment to not always be the same.
Yeah. So there's these cards, all of them, and this little thing. And once again, it's shaped like a mushroom.
There was only 2 choices. It was that color mushroom or the red one.
Oh yeah.
There was lots of card holders, but
now I've been setting them from one table to another. I'm gonna start, because that table's getting full, I'm gonna start putting them back here. She ordered 2 of these plates.
I love them.
2 of them. It looks to me like a bowl that's been fired.
Well, yeah, this says they don't have any specific edges or anything. It's like they're all different.
Sort of random, eh?
Yeah, so it would kind of lend to the pottery thing, maybe.
Yeah. But it's just really, really, very
they're gorgeous.
pretty.
I'm excited to have them.
There.
I've wanted them for so long, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Well,
and I was scared they'd get broke, and then they were overpriced, and then bizarrely enough, they showed up super cheap. So I jumped.
Yeah, you got them on sale. Get the 2 of them for less than what the regular price was for one.
Yeah.
So these.
They're pretty.
Candle holders. And they're quite lovely, and candle holders are a good idea.
They're just glass, but I just wanted something pretty.
Yeah. They're not, as she said, they're not crystal or anything like that. But they're pretty, so we're not going to the Antiques Roadshow with them anyway.
No.
And then there's this little tray, wood grain. It's just plastic, but just
well, I have a couple ideas of things to put on it, or as you know,
or just to carry something from one room to another. I'm going to show this next.
I love this. I just want a bigger one.
Yeah, there.
Who remembers back in the day when these were so readily available, a glass cutting board?
Yeah.
And now you cannot find them.
Yeah, I looked at Walmart, Canadian Tire.
I love this. I just want a bigger one. But this is going to be perfect for where I want to put it.
Okay.
But it doesn't have any things on the back, so I got to buy some stoppers.
Yeah. Some buttons. You can get them
whatever they're
Walmart.
called.
So we'll get those. And some of you may remember that we already got one of these. It's a 6-foot runner, 15 inches wide. And this one's going to go on
The
our
dining table.
dining room table.
Yeah, I just wanted to match.
Yep.
The dining room table with the side table.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll put that on there. And then
these, I thought these were a really good price because they are cotton, they are pretty, and there's 4 of them, and they were $7 and something. I thought it was a really good price.
Blue one.
And I just love the style.
Yeah, they're kind of
pretty.
Very pretty.
You know, they're not like modern or anything like that, which is what I'm kind of going for. So.
Kind of going for not modern?
I am going for not modern.
Yellow. These.
They're lovely. I just think they're great. I can't wait to have them.
And there's the red one. Oops, I showed the back of that one, I think. I did.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
See them? And this, once again, is the blue one. So, yeah, they're very pretty. And you know what they remind me of?
What?
When you watch some of the other channels that you watch of European countries.
I know. That's what I like about it, because a lot of the stuff that I'm into is literally, it's not modern stuff. It's like post.
Yeah.
That's not right. That's not what I'm trying to say.
It's not modern stuff. It's older stuff, or like retro.
It's retro. It's vintage, and that's kind of the look that I like more than farmhouse and modern and stuff. So
that's the Temu haul.
Is that it?
That is it, I believe.
Okay.
I think we got everything. Stay tuned. There's more.
Okay, I thought I would show you my lunch for this week, at least for the first few days. I made a clam chowder, which is not traditional clam chowder, but I don't care. It's what I wanted in it. A piece of pumpkin bread and some crackers to go with my soup. And in my bag here, I have a little, I'll show you, a container of hummus this size and 2 pieces of deli meat like that. That will be my snack. So I'll show you my supper when supper time comes. But this clam chowder is delicious. Had it yesterday, it was so good. This is my supper for tonight. I'll show you. Salisbury steak. I don't have a full piece because it's too much, but I will show you my supper when it's done, because I gotta microwave it in 2 different parts. Okay, I had to microwave it for another minute. I had to break this up in order to get it to cook good. This is made from venison, so we use venison, ground venison, sorry, exactly how you would use ground beef. Like, that's how we use it. So you can't tell that it's venison. It tastes like ground beef. It's stinking delicious. Buttercup squash, our favorite, and whipped potatoes with, you know, butter, a little bit of cream, spices. So that is supper tonight, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, my friends, I got the groceries all put away. We had our lunch, and I'm going to take just a couple of minutes. Try to keep it pretty brief and talk about the Charlie Kirk situation. So here's this part where, if you don't like to hear anything biblical or anything about Jesus, then just, we'll see you later. I mean, you don't have to watch. I would like it if you did, but if you choose not to, then that's totally up to you. This is the time for you to click off. Charlie, and I'm not going to talk too much about Charlie's theology, okay? But I am going to say this. Charlie openly, very openly professed a love for the Lord Jesus. He debated Muslims, transgender, people that were gay, like straight, lesbian. Everybody was welcome at Charlie's events. And he would have a conversation with whoever got up to the microphone. And I've seen some pretty ignorant, pretty hostile, pretty rude, I guess rude and ignorant are the same, some pretty miserable people come and confront him before. And I've seen some of those same people see the logic in what Charlie was talking about and agree with him. But he wasn't one to name call or put down or anything. Anybody. All were welcome to come. Now, he did ask that they be civil, which is not too much for anyone to ask of anyone, right? So, Turning Point USA was a political organization, basically. And Charlie brought his faith to that as well. For those of you that are Christians, you know that we can't separate our faith from the other parts of our life, right? We can't. And Charlie didn't even try to do that. The hard part about it is, and this might anger some of you, but there truly is a left side of the political aisle and a right side. And more people on the left are becoming unhinged. And of course, if you're on the left, that's going to make you very mad to hear me say that. But they are becoming unhinged. They call us all sorts of names. They've been spreading all sorts of lies about Charlie Kirk. And that's just what they are, lies. But they have no problem spreading them, right? It's the same thing they do with President Donald Trump. They'll make stuff up, spit it out, and that's what they're doing, making stuff up. Spit it out there, and then everybody else on the left, not everybody, but a large enough majority grab it and run with it, and they just make a terrible thing about it. But they called Charlie fascist and Nazi and misogynist and all of this stuff that's really just hogwash, absolute hogwash. And many people in all positions, from the commoner like myself to professionals to university professors to students to all sorts of people, politicians, have been making quite a sport of the assassination of Charlie Kirk, who was 31 years old, a husband of 4 years with 2 small children, 3 and 1. Children, I might add, that adored him. He was, by all reports, a very good father. And people are making fun of this. And then they even tried to blame the right and say this monster that took him out was on the right. That's been since thoroughly debunked. We know that he was a leftist. Just because his parents were Republicans doesn't mean he was, and he surely wasn't. So, it's a sad, sad day when people will lie and make up stories, lie, and just carry on. And then when some nut job like this does this, they want to make it sound like the right is stirring hatred and all this stuff. We're not stirring hatred, we're just hated. And then you throw in, if we're Christians on top of that, we're hated even more because of that, right? So, I'll say this to those on the left: you're doing a good job carrying your father's water. So I want to read you a Bible verse or two having to do with this young fella doing what he did. I have several scriptures here, but for the sake of this topic, I'm just going to read a few here. So, Exodus chapter 21, verses 12 to 14. I'm reading from my MacArthur Study Bible in the New American Standard Version. All right, so Exodus 21:12 through 14 says, "He who strikes a man so that he dies, shall surely be put to death. But if he did not lie in wait for him, but God let him fall into his hand, then I will appoint you a place where he may flee." Now I'm reading that because I'm staying in context here, but that is basically, that one there is talking about somebody who kills somebody accidentally. It wasn't premeditated, and it was an accident. So verse 14 then says, "If, however, a man acts presumptuously towards his neighbor, so as to kill him craftily, you are to take him even from my altar, so that he might die." Now let me say, when it says even from my altar, you'll remember, if you're a student of the Word, that in the Old Testament there were several people that went right into the temple and took a hold of what they called the horns of the altar, because they were supposed to be safe there, and in most cases you would be. But for premeditated murder, even if a person fled into the temple and took a hold of the altar, you were to grab them, take them outside, and to kill them. That's for premeditated murder. So we could certainly say that that young fella laid craftily so as to kill him craftily. You are to take him even from my altar, that he may die. So that's definitely describing premeditated murder, and what that young fella did was definitely premeditated murder. Now, as I said, I have a couple of topics intermingled in here, and I've got my list of verses. I'm just going to try to be careful. I'm addressing the murder, or a person that murders, okay? So over here, make sure that's the next place I want to go. Leviticus chapter 24, verse 17, for starters, simply says this: "If a man takes the life of any human being, he shall surely be put to death." That's under the heading of, I don't know, it'd be backwards anyway, an eye for an eye. We've all heard that expression. It's used all throughout society today. It's one of those sayings that just, it gets used, right? So, if a man takes the life of any human being, he shall surely be put to death. Now, here's the thing. When it talks about an eye for an eye, this is not personal vengeance. If somebody puts out my eye, I don't necessarily just get to go and put out their eye. This is talking about basically what we would think of as our court system finding somebody guilty of, they blinded me, right? Then they're going to be blinded. It is meant to make sure the punishment fit the crime and didn't go beyond, right? So if somebody gives me a black eye, they can't put my eye out, and it's in a judicial setting, right? So in that same chapter, same section, it says, "Thus the one who kills an animal shall make it good, but the one who kills a man shall be put to death." So there you go, right? Make the punishment fit the crime. You don't kill a man because they've killed your dog. Today, lots of people would feel like killing a person. You know, they'd be so mad, so hurt that they lost their dog. That's another topic altogether, that they would want to kill him, right? The punishment must fit the crime. So it says, verse 22, chapter 20, Leviticus 24:22 says, "There shall be one standard for you," and he's talking about the nation of Israel there, "and it shall be for the stranger as well as the native, for I am the Lord your God." So that means everybody, Jew and Gentile alike. God has one standard, right? So what I'm trying to establish here is that when somebody murders, and that goes, some might say, well, that's the Old Testament, but no, Jesus himself carried this over when he said, in one simple statement, those who live by the sword shall die by the sword, right? So, we can't be having murderers running loose in our society, and we do. We're going to get there in just a moment. So I want to read this here too. Okay, so now we're in Numbers chapter 35, verses 16 to 21. I'm going to read them and we'll talk about it for a minute. Excuse me. It says, but if he struck him down with an iron object, I don't want to take the time to read the whole thing here, but it's talking about cities of refuge, manslayers, which is what we would know as manslaughter. But it says, but if he struck him down with an iron object. So if the person that killed the other person struck him down with an iron object so that he died, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. If he struck him down with a stone in the hand by which he will die, and as a result he died, he is a murderer. So do you see if I hit somebody with a rock and my intent is to kill them, then I'm a murderer, not a manslayer, not manslaughter. Or if he struck him with a wooden object in the hand by which he might die, as a result he died, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. The blood avenger himself shall put the murderer to death. He shall put him to death when he meets him. If he pushed him of hatred or threw something at him, lying in wait, and there's another key, right? He was lying in wait, and as a result he died. That's premeditated murder. Or if he struck him down with his hand in enmity, and as a result he died, the one who struck him shall surely be put to death. Now, do you see that difference there? That's basically what we would call second-degree murder. If the guy in enmity means in anger, he struck him and he killed him, it's still murder, right? He didn't lie in wait for him, but it's still murder. The one who struck him shall surely be put to death. He is a murderer. The blood avenger shall put the murderer to death when he meets him. So, here's the thing. In Leviticus there also it talks about, I want to say this, it talks about how nobody is to be put to death unless it's on the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses. The say-so of one person doesn't cut it. And also, the way the Jewish people were given the law, it said that it was better for a guilty person to go free than for an innocent person to be put to death. But here's the problem in society today. We have too many loopholes. In the last 20 or so years, we've been having people that were found to be guilty and proven guilty, on the basis of DNA. DNA would be a witness, and I would say it would be a witness in most cases as good as 100 witnesses, you know what I mean? Because it's pretty unmistakable. But we have a problem in our modern world where there's too many loopholes. We have first-degree murder, premeditated, second-degree murder, and I don't know whether there's third or fourth, but then you get into manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, and you get vehicular homicide, and this, that, and the other thing. And in Canada, the death penalty is abolished. A lot of the U.S. has a death penalty, but most nations in the world don't have the death penalty. And here's the thing. God requires the death penalty for somebody who murders. Like this fella that took out Charlie Kirk is a murderer, and Utah has a death penalty. But the Bible also, I have some verses in there too, I guess I never read them, highlighted. It talks about even if an animal kills a human, that animal is to be stoned. That animal is to be killed. The reason is, we are God's favorite creation. Now, hear me what I'm saying. We're not all God's children. We are all God's favorite creation, made in His image, right? And He said it was very good. And therefore, when somebody kills a human, God requires their lifeblood of them. And guess what? Here, this is harsh, but true. He makes no provision in there for a youth or somebody who was insane or anything like that. Their life is required of them. And we aren't doing that. And I just think that rather than somebody like this young fella or people that murder 2 or 3, or there's like in Minnesota, I guess, and that guy cowardly killed himself. We're too soft on them. Rather than put them in prison for 40 or 50 years, they should receive the death penalty. They really should. And that goes for all murderers. And if you can prove beyond a shadow of doubt with DNA or a whole bunch of witnesses. And also, God made it very clear in the Bible, if I went and I said, so-and-so did X, and I made it up, and they come to find out and prove that I made it up, I'm supposed to get whatever punishment that other person would have received. Just that should be clear. So anyway, yeah. I don't know whether any of this makes any sense to anybody, but I am saying that law and order in the United States almost doesn't exist. Mr. Trump is certainly bringing it back. Here in Canada, we are cooked, as I said. We're absolutely cooked. Whether you people have heard about it or not, there's a man in Lindsay, Ontario that's been charged with assault and battery with a weapon for defending himself against a man, and I might say the man was out on parole or probation, excuse me, is a lifelong offender, broke into this man's house at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I forget the exact time, with a crossbow. And Buddy defended himself with a knife and his hands, and he ended up tuning up the fellow that broke in, and he had to go to the hospital. And of course they're both charged, but why should the person who's home, he wasn't a homeowner, it was the rented apartment, just like this one is, but the police have charged him, and now he's got to spend all kinds of money defending himself against assaulting the fellow that broke into his home with the crossbow. The police say, just stand down, capitulate, give them what they want, and call the police after the fact, right? And that's really stupid advice. So let me just, again, I'm going to Exodus here, and since I am talking about that, I will read you these verses too. Exodus again, chapter 22. I'm going to read 2 to 4. But the heading on this one is property rights, right? It says, Exodus 22, chapter 22, verse 2, starts out this way. If a thief is caught while breaking in and is struck so that he dies, there will be no blood guiltiness on his account, okay? Now, I've heard this. I've heard this different ways, but you have to really look at it and read it. And then there's going to be people that say, well, you know, in Hebrew it doesn't say that. Well, I don't care at this point what it says in Hebrew. No, I don't read Hebrew, and I have an English Bible, and it's a very good one. So it says, if a thief is caught while breaking in and is struck so that he dies, there'll be no blood guiltiness on his account. So if somebody breaks into my apartment and I hit him with a hammer or something and he dies, it should be the police come, take a statement, find out I'm the legitimate person supposed to be here. This guy broke in the middle of the night and I clobbered him. They should do me the favor of scooping him out and dragging him out and getting him out of there, right? I'll have to look after cleaning up the mess. But that should be the way it goes. Now, this is where this gets confusing for people. So, verse 2 again. If a thief is caught while breaking in and is struck so that he dies, there will be no blood guiltiness on his account. Verse 3 says, but if the sun has risen on him, there will be blood guiltiness on his account. Okay? So people take that to mean if somebody breaks in right now, it's daylight, and I hit him with that same hammer and he dies, there's blood guiltiness. No. That's not what this means, though. The innocent homeowner is not guilty of bloodshed for anything. But people often construe that because they say, oh, well, it's gotten daylight. You should be able to see what he's, you can see what he's doing or whatever. So if you kill him, you're guilty of murder or manslaughter. But no, that's not what that means. If the sun has risen on him, there will be blood guiltiness on his account. On his account. He shall surely make restitution. So this is assuming that you've not killed him, you've just subdued him or whatever. He shall surely make restitution, and if he owns nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. So, if the homeowner or the apartment dweller, in my case, right? Why would I have to make restitution? And if I own nothing, if my apartment that I'm renting is completely empty, if I own nothing, why would I be sold for theft, right? So it's all pointing towards the person that broke in. So here, right now, there is circulating of 3 young people in Hamilton, I believe, breaking into a homeowner's apartment, or a house. It's a house. They're breaking in, they're chopping with a full-size axe. Right? What is that? What is the person supposed to do then? Call for the police and wait for them to come and hope that they get there before these 3 men have chopped their way through your front door and come in with an axe, and then you're going to hope they don't hit you with it, and you're going to hope they just take your stuff and all this stuff. You're going to capitulate and give it all to them, right? That's what the police in Canada are telling us to do. And if we do anything more than that, we're going to be charged. And then they'll get a court-appointed lawyer and all this stuff. That is not the biblical requirement, right? We can defend ourselves. And I'll tell you what, if somebody was breaking into here and they were chopping their way in with an axe, that would be fantastic. Because I'm not going to sleep through somebody chopping on my door with an axe. And when they finally get through, I'm going to be waiting for them. And I'm going to have something that they weren't expecting to get. Enough said. Right? I'm not going to let somebody break in here and hurt Michelle or myself if I have anything to do with it. I'm getting older. I don't have anywhere near the physical strength that I used to have. They say, oh, well, we're allowed to protect ourselves, but we have to use reasonable force. Who decides what's reasonable? Right? You use whatever force you need to protect your life, right? So, and this is okay with the Lord. I mean, I'll read you a verse here. Luke chapter 22, it's verses 36 and 38. I should read 35 too, so you have a... And he said to them, when I sent you out without money belt and bag and sandals, you did not lack anything, did you? And they said, no, nothing. Remember when he sent the 72 out to go share the gospel, basically, the good news? It wasn't really the gospel at that point because Jesus was still alive. And yes, I know he's alive today. You don't need to correct me. It's before the crucifixion, I'll say that. And they said, no, nothing. And he said to them, but now, whoever has a money belt is to take it along, likewise also a bag. And whoever has no sword is to sell his coat and buy one, right? Now we're just going to jump down to verse 38. I promise you, if you're not familiar with this and you go look it up, I'm not leaving anything important out, but I'm going to jump from 36 to 38. They said, look, Lord, here are 2 swords. And he said to them, it is enough. That was Jesus' tacit way. It's not talked about anywhere else in the New Testament or anything like that. You may need to protect yourself, right? The study note in here says that the sword being emblematic of protection, not aggression, right? It's the same way you in the U.S. are blessed to have the Second Amendment. You can carry a sidearm for your own protection, not for your aggression, for your protection, right? It's a God-given right. Not only a God-given right, it's a requirement. So, yeah. Anyway, I can see by the time there I've gotten extremely long, but you've certainly got a good feel for how I think on things. Nobody cares what I think, and I don't care that they don't care. I'm just me, a truck driver. I'm not a politician. I'm going to complete by saying this. Here in Canada, the reason I say Canada is cooked, we now literally have parliamentarians, i.e. elected officials, that do not care what the citizenry wants or thinks or needs. They don't care. They have an agenda. That agenda is the absolute destruction of Canada so they can rebuild it the way they want to. The quicker Canadians get through their heads that the people that are in charge of us today, i.e. the Liberal government, the sooner you get it through your head that this government literally hates you, hates our way of life, hates independence, hates that people are able to eat what they want, go where they want, and all that stuff. They hate that, and they hate us, and they do want to depopulate the whole world. Canada, they are that group of people. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Go read their writings. Right? Now, that being said, God is in control, and I can afford to miss a few meals, and I have a sneaky feeling that in my lifetime, I'm going to be able to do that, miss a few meals. Not because I want to either, but but when it's all said and done for me here, I get to go to heaven, right? And I long for that day, and Michelle does as well. Anyway, I'm getting extremely long. Please like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. Prayer requests, send them to us. And pray for us. It's Kevin, the Homemaker husband, saying God bless and bye for now.